One, and so finally we are here, the last stage of the tournament, the last three matches remaining of the tournament, the two semi-finals and the finals. After a roller coaster ride of the points table, ups and downs for every team, New Zealand being undefeated for the first 6 games, qualifying as the last team on the last day when Pakistan couldn't catch up with their net run rate. Australia losing to South Africa, giving the top position of that points table to India, going down to number 2. England opening the tournament to Pakistan, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka in the middle, and then having comprehensive victories against India and New Zealand after 29 years in a World Cup game. Wow, what kind of tournament it has been throughout the last 1.5 months, and now we're just down to the final 3 matches. The top 4 teams: India, Australia, England and New Zealand. So wait of 4 years coming to an end in just 7 days, and then once again a wait for the next 4 years for the next Cricket World Cup in 2023. But remember, the next year you will watch T20 World Cup 2020. So for today's preview, it's about India versus New Zealand, which is the first semi-finals. Both teams have had injury concerns. The last time when India faced New Zealand in an ODI game was the warm-up game before the World Cup officially started, and New Zealand apparently won it comprehensively. But New Zealand has had a complete decline in this World Cup. After being undefeated for the first 6 games, they lost 3 consecutive games. It was the first time for their history in World Cup cricket losing 3 consecutive games against Pakistan, New Zealand, Pakistan, Australia and England. On the other hand, India is on the top of the points table because of Australia's loss and their amazing form as well. Obviously, they've won 7 out of 8 completed games of theirs, lost that one game against England, but couldn't really play against the New Zealand in the group stages because of the rain-abandoned fixtures during that week. And India is all set to take that revenge of that warm game against the Kiwis. Both these teams have majority of the players who've played with each other, against each other in the IPL, and are amazing friends as well. They know their strengths, they know their weaknesses. But now it's the time for the international arena. It's a must-win game for both the teams. Both the teams cannot let loose right now. It is about the final spot. It's about a knockout game. It's about Cricket World Cup 2019. Who moves into the finals and who goes back home. Both these teams have done really well in this tournament, and that's why they're here playing the semis together. But both these teams have that one spot in that 11 of theirs which is still not sure as to who will take that spot. There are a couple of players who are still fighting for that. I'll be coming straight onto the probable 11s of both the sides. For New Zealand, it has to be the opening spot, which has been a complete major cause of concern for them. Williamson comes at number 3 but is playing like an opener and a middle order bat as well. He's not been getting any support from his openers or from his middle order as well. So that needs to be changed now. But will Williamson take that gamble of bringing Tom Blundell straight into the knockout phase, who scored a 60 odd runs against the same Indian attack in that warm-up game? That's the biggest question right now. He's been very unlucky not getting a single group stage fixture, but still a great prospect to play as an opener. At the same time, Martin Guptill has had amazing records against India, and Munro has majority of the times bowled against India as that part-time bowler who can give you some overs in the middle and even collects a couple of wickets, to say the least. So these 3 players are still fighting for those 2 spots. Henry Nicholls is already there in the 11 but hasn't really made a mark, and I expect him to get out of the team for the knockout phase because he's not been doing anything good. Even though Williamson likes to stick with his 11, which is balanced and which is rightly playing as well as a unit, at the same time Nicholls has been completely off colours. So for me, the openers have to be Martin Guptill and Colin Munro maybe, to be on the safer side. Tom Blundell is just a risk. Number 3 Williamson, number 4 Australia, number 5 Tom Latham, number 6 Jimmy Neesham, number 7 Colin de Grandhomme, number 8 Mitchell Santner, number 9 Trent Bolt, number 10 Lockie Ferguson, and number 11 Matt Henry. Lockie Ferguson's selection will depend on his injury right now. It's not sure as whether he's completely fit or not, but if he's fit and if he can play the game, they'll definitely want him because he's taken 17 wickets in these 7 matches of the group stage of the World Cup and is one of the top 5 leading wicket takers. For India, it has to be Rohit Sharma and Lokesh Rahul at the opening spot. Been in amazing form. Number 3 Virat, number 4 Pant, number 5 Dhoni, number 6 Pandya. Number 7 is the spot which is open for any of the two players, Ravindra Jadeja or Dinesh Karthik. On one hand, Dinesh Karthik is flexible and can play at number 4, 5, 6 and 7 whenever the team needs him. If their top order fails, they need a good middle order bat. Dinesh Karthik is highly reliable. If they just want a finisher and a 6th bowler in their team, then Ravindra Jadeja. But highly unlikely to see Ravindra Jadeja and Yuzvendra Chahal playing for the same 11, since both these bowlers turn the ball the same way in respect of the batsman. So well, I expect Dinesh Karthik to continue his position at that number 7 position. Number 8 has to be Bhuvneshwar Kumar, number 9 Mohammad Shami, number 10 Jasprit Bumrah and number 11 Yuzvendra Chahal. These 22 should be playing for the game, for the battle up day after tomorrow on the 9th of July. That will be the last game for one of these teams, and one of these teams will book a berth in the finals, waiting for the winner of Australia versus England, which is going to be another cracker of the contest. So good luck to all the Indian fans out here, and let's hope that India wins it comprehensively and takes that revenge of the warm game. All the best.